everybody, it's me, Maris, and my cat, Emily Jean, is on the other side. She's kind of acting a little foolish tonight. We share this room, this studio. So we've got a bunch of big plants in here, and I've got a table that I do some artsy craftsy stuff on my little um, work there. And then we have Emily's room where, she's got some of her stuff. So, anyway, she was not liking the little setup here on her, or on my table, but she wasn't digging the setup. Hey, Matthew. And hey, Solomon, how are you? So, anyway, here is some smudging. Okay, everybody needs to get smudged. Let's see. Okay, I even have overhead light on, but no, it still looks okay. But anyway, it's Monday night. We have been listening to the blues all day, and it has been like phenomenal. And there's this song. Thank you, Christy. There's this song called "Stone Cold in Love with You" that I swear we've heard about 50 times. And I think I want him to dance with me at our next anniversary to that song. I'm going to make the man dance with me. We don't dance. Isn't that kind of weird? You would think that people would dance, a couple would dance, but no, we don't dance. I can't even think of ever going to a place. Hola, Melody! How are you? I haven't seen you forever. So, I've got this really cool deck. It's called the Earth Warriors Oracle. It's by Ilana Fairchild. And, oh, thank you. That is very cool. I was like, and we're, getting ready to go into some groovy time. Ooh, well, that explains a good absence. That's always healthy. I guess we need these two. Watch them be like right next to each other. Oh, I was like, no, the man tried to tell me it was the dogs that got the brownies, and I was like, well, they sure did cut a really good straight line. I have like amazing dogs. Woo, okay, there we go. Okay, and let's see if there's anything else that comes and kicks out. Does everybody have their drink, their favorite evening or daytime or whatever, wherever you are? Do you have your favorite beverage or your favorite recreational, or your favorite snacky wacky, as I like to call them? Okay. All right, I'm not getting one. Okay. Okay, we've got a whole bunch of cards. Hold on. Don't go away. Oh my goodness. Okay. All right, so it looks like we've got like 5 cards here. Whew. Now this again is, and I'll show you the little book there. I was going to read this other deck that's called the Mystic Monday Tarot. And when I opened it up and started holding the cards, I felt really sick to my stomach. Sometimes, I mean, I don't think that there anything negative really about them. It's just sometimes those aren't the cards to be reading. And it was like, ooh, open these up. And so here's a little guidebook, but I'll show you on the other side. It's the Earth Warriors Oracle. I was going through some little phase, I guess, that was really Mesoamerican. And, just wanted to, really connect in with that. And had several different shamanic card decks. And there's some that I still use, and then some that I just kind of put back. So we'll see if we like these Earth Warriors. I've got this Vedic astrology deck that my friend Angela gave me. And it's really interesting because I didn't even really think about astrology until I had an astrology reading done. Her name is Beth Gifford. She's here. Well, she actually is like in Norman. She's a phenomenal chick. So if you want to get a really good, and I'm telling you, she's like freaking accurate, on point. Blue has blown me away with the accuracy of her chart, so I have to behave, you know. But she's really, really a really good, does really good astrology readings. So I would recommend her. But I really didn't even start thinking about it until I started watching Sloan Bella. Love her. And had Beth do a reading and just fell in love with it. So I am kind of studying that, but I'm a real slow studier on particular things because I want to make sure that I completely understand where they're coming from, or what the intention is, what the true intention. You know, you can read, or even listen to people, and they're going to give you their interpretation of something. Let's see if we can change this light a little bit. We need it a little more. Okay, let's see if we can. Okay, now that makes me look kind of weird. Ooh, no. We'll go with this one. It's the brightest one. Does it look okay? Makes my teeth look. Oh. Okay, so now I'm like really wickedly paranoid. No, not really. I switched toothpaste. They had that Hello, the activated charcoal, and I've been using the Hello activated charcoal toothpaste, and it's supposed to be a whitener, and I don't think it's doing its job, so I'm going to have to go back to the Burt's Bees one. That Burt's Bees whitening toothpaste, phenomenal. All right, so let's get looking at this reading, and then we'll do some yik yak afterwards. Because let's interact, okay? So feel free to comment. And spiritual phases are fun. I mean, especially when you're learning new groovy things, right? Okay, so let's take a look. Uh, let's take a look at the cards. And I was going to do something different, but I might do that later. But I just wanted to kind of play with these. So it's not for really anything specific. Um, it just may, oh, I bet it was awesome. Um, it just may be something that resonates. So hang tight and let's go for a fun ride. All right, so these are a really interesting deck. Again, these are the Earth Warriors. This is what the booklet looks like, and the box looks just like it. And they are by Alana Fairchild. So she's always got really intense color in there. So it's to me these are really Jungian, I guess, young like cards, and that's as in Carl Jung, Jung. You know, he's the one that says, along with Sigmund Freud, that everybody is a psychic or an intuitive, and we just need to be awakened to it. And sometimes when it comes to intuition, that pictures will trigger. And so what we're looking at here is we're looking at a person that's in meditation. We have a butterfly on one side, and then we have, it looks like a dove on the other side. And there's lots of little circles through there, and it looks like a mandala right down here, if you'll see where my finger is pointing at. And because I was like, dang it, I don't have my little pointing wand thing here. And so, and the energy of the card is talking, it's called Dadiri, and it's talking about hearing truth. And so, this is a time, aren't they pretty? This is a time where we're moving into this revelation, a time of revelation, a time of when things come to fruition. In its true intended form, when things come to fruition in its true intended form. Okay. And sometimes that can be really scary because it's like we think of something, maybe a relationship or a situation that's going on is going to be in one particular direction, or, that maybe everything's hunky dory, and then you find out that things haven't been so kosher in there, and that there's a lot of imbalance or disharmony in that arena or that event, that place, that person. And so these truths come to form. And also, when we talk about fruition, that's also like the harvest, the growth, the bounty of it. And so that can also indicate a time of fruition being from your efforts and your actions. So it's, again, we're talking about consequence, and consequences can be positive. So it's like when you do something very well and you're rewarded for that, that is a consequence of working well. We don't always have to take the word consequence and use it in a negative vibration, because it actually just really is another word for a reaction to the action. So, for what that's worth. All right, so let's take a look at an obstacle that arises from, whoops, and I can't blame that on Emily. It fell. Hold on. Okay, we got it fixed. I know, aren't they beautiful? Okay. All right, so we read this card right here. These are kind of thick. All right, so what does that look like? Straight up power. It's a puma, and that is just a straight up power card. The colors in it, I'm telling you, are ranges of the orange, of course, white and black, but of oranges and yellow. And so we have the monarch butterfly. Okay, so just to kind of get a little bit on the woo-woo side, that monarch butterfly is very symbolic of metamorphosis, going through a change. And then we're looking at what's the big forefront there is that ding dang cool puma. So what we're looking at is that we have all of these truths that come up and erupt through, and I'm laughing because you're thinking, why would metamorphosis into a power animal be a bad thing? Well, sometimes we can get a little heavy with the power. And I'm going to use the word arrogant because that's the word that came through. It's kind of like when you go through this change, and then you wake up one day and you finally realize how strong you are, and the energy and the vibration that you have, and you almost kind of get lost in that energy, and you get a little bit power hungry. Maybe you get a little bit power elitist. I like that. Yeah, that was kind of the phrase that I had there that came up. That very directive in what you're doing, and that a know-it-all. Okay, so it's like that. I got that song from Fresh Prince, Little Miss Know-It, not Fresh Prince. I can't remember, Two Princes or something. It's some band, some guys that played Spin Doctors. That's it. Spin Doctors had that song called Little Miss Know-It-All. Well, it was like Little Miss Know-It-All. She knows it all. We can have a little Mr. Know-It-All as well, so don't forget that. Okay, we can become a little know-it-all and get lost in that arrogance. And that's what this obstacle card is talking about. It's talking about as you grow out of this time, this time of, truths coming up to fruition, don't get all arrogant in your position. you got to be a little bit on the chill side and find, you know, an even ground or a balance. And that can be really hard to do, especially when you kind of were doing really well or you're that really strong person through there. And then you gain that extra sense of strength, and then you kind of like, you fall down. And that can be really painful, you know. So that's what this card is saying again. Be very, very mindful of the power that you have and be humble with that. Don't get arrogant because the arrogance will kill you. Think about Julius Caesar. What the hell? Julius Caesar come up? Okay. No, I'm not channeling Julius Caesar. Just maybe the vibration, you know. That would have sucked. Be killed by your own people. Alright, so this next card is really kind of interesting. Hold on, because this one that's coming up, okay, if the Power Awakening Puma is my obstacle, I would want something that was in my favor as my help. Okay. And what are we looking at? We're looking at it's called the Shakana. And it's time, and it's talking in this specific card. I'm going to flip it up just for this to explain what I'm picking up through here. This is kind of like going through a spiritual ascension, or going up another level, spiritually speaking. Like when you have achieved, like if you've set these spiritual goals and you've achieved those spiritual goals, this is what that card is talking about. So once you achieve them, you move up. All right, but the card is actually in this upside down position. And so again, it's reinforcing this message here from the Puma. Remember, it's talking about don't be arrogant, don't be rude, don't be, you know, better than others, etc. Be a humble, cool person. This card is reinforcing that, saying, again, you need to stand, and I'm getting stand still, not stand down, stand still. Rest, grow, rejuvenate. This is, yeah, your time is coming up, or this card wouldn't have shown up. Okay. However, don't be so eager to cross that threshold. Take your time and savor the flavor of the moment. Enjoy the transitioning, that spiritual transitioning, experiencing that, going from one level of growth and knowledge base to the next upper one. And so it's a really strong reinforcement of that when you look at it talking about being chill. Just be chill. You know, again, if it was like this, it would be like, woohoo, we're going to have a party because you're hitting another level, you know. No, it's just be chill. All right. So let's take a look at this one. Okay, well, that's kind of weird because I have no idea. So we're just going to go like this. And let me adjust that a little bit. This is really kind of cool. I guess it's because it's a wide one. It's a wider picture. So we're going to go with it in this position. Can you see it okay? Give me a heart if you can see this picture okay. Because this is really a very beautiful picture. You might have to like expand your page a little bit or flip it. Heart. Give me some hearts. Rock my world. Okay. Alright, this is called Amaru. And Ama, you know, in many, especially romance-based languages, Ama refers to love. And so what we're looking at here is love. And it's called, the card itself is Amaru, and it means the beautiful place, I guess in Earth Warrior language. And there's a, like a I was going to say, I don't know. There's a horse, there's a lion, there's a lot of fanning, there's a lot of feathers. The colors are very beautiful. Lots of blues, lots of pinks. Gosh, what else can we say about it? There's the butterflies again, a lot of growth, a lot of change. Then we have, I'm going to assume that that's a female and then a child. So we're talking about that generations and moving in, moving on and being there, a part of the generations. So it's a really groovy energy card. So the beautiful place is kind of like your Zen den. And the indication that I'm getting through here on this card is that, oh, yes, very cool. Thank you, Melody, about the hummingbirds. What I'm getting here, the intention, the indication here is about your sacred space and creating your sacred space. That it needs to be a reflection of what you find beautiful, especially about what you find beautiful about yourself. Oh, I just hit somebody's nerve. Sorry. Okay, well, sorry, not sorry, because I'm supposed to hit nerves. I'm supposed to make us, that's my role, that's my job as a healer, is I'm supposed to provoke by particular actions or things, and readings are a way to provoke thought, especially about our inner self and how we become better people. So, how do you reflect your beautiful place? Because first and foremost, your body is your temple. You are, the living, breathing example of universal peace, love, harmony, and etc. We were born and brought into this planet and this earth to be those examples. So it's really kind of, when you look at that, you're like, whoa, that's like pretty cool. And I'm like, yeah, it is really cool. And then we are given the gift of life, and what we do with our life is hopefully we're trying to create beautiful, groovy things, right? All right, so this is your temple. Okay, what do you do to keep your temple beautiful, or cleared and clean? Where do you do to keep it in peace and in love and in balance and harmony? And that's what this card is talking about, is about creating that space and starting from the inside out. So that you have beautiful space here within, and then you have beautiful space around you as well. So, like, what do you do to create that beautiful space? I love plants. Unfortunately, my pets, my cats and my dogs love plants too. Not in the negative love, but in the positive love. They like to feel the leaves on their skin, and they'll like go walk real slowly through the plants to have them kind of tickle against them. So it brings them a lot of joy, brings me a lot of joy. So it helps me create the external or the external beautiful place, okay? And so think of it in that way. What are you doing to create that beautiful place? Because the end result that's coming through, the beautiful place is going to play a really important role. So your sanctuary, your sacred place. I like to use the word sanctuary because in a sanctuary, no harm can occur. So you think like in the vampire books, in the vampire movies, and churches were considered, especially in the Lestat ones. Okay, churches were a sanctuary, and that was where the light and the dark could actually meet, and have conference or powwow at that time. And neither party could do anything to the other party, so it was sanctuary. Both people or both sides were safe through there. So your sanctuary, that's your home. Your sacred place is also your sanctuary. And what I'm meaning through that is where no harm can come to you. Okay, so what are you doing to work on that? Okay, so what we're looking at here, and I'm going to flip that back up because that was the card, is this is interesting. It's called Nana Baluku, and it refers to she rests to create. Okay, so it's kind of that this kind of I've experienced this. I have experienced this very recently, and it was when I got to a point a couple of weeks ago. I got to this point that I started feeling a little overwhelmed. The COVID-19 stuff, I mean, the vibration alone of that virus is just about crazy. And we feed that virus by allowing it to manipulate our vibes. And that's just, kind of like my perspective on that. And so, because a virus is going to run its course. A virus is a virus is a virus, regardless if it's not a very strong virus or a very lethal virus, or if it's a really, really, really bad, sick, hardcore virus, okay? A virus still runs its course and then it mutates out. And so, anyway, so what we can interfere, or not interfere, yeah, it is an interference by a vibration and utilizing that vibration in a negative way, and it kind of and then concentrating, or that intention or thinking about that virus gives that virus vibrationally a lot more power. And I know that sounds really kind of weird, but it's like you can't feed something with a negative you can't feed a negative vibration with more negative vibration, because you're going to make it a stronger negative vibration. It doesn't make it positive, it makes it more negative, if that makes sense. Kind of think about -3, plus -7 or whatever, minus -7 equals negative whatever. So I'm not really good in math. I am good. It was really weird in algebra. When it came to formulas for my patients when I worked in ICU, I was really good at that. Anyway, so she's talking about she rests to create. And so what we're looking at here is that sometimes when you have that real crazy energy that's coming through, you have to withdraw, or de-escalate yourself from whatever that trigger or stimulus is, because it's negative on you, and you retreat. And you can, and a lot of times people will think it's okay, and hey, maybe it is okay, I don't know. A lot of times people think it'll be okay to retreat and go to bed and sleep for days, and not get up and shower and etc. Okay, you're feeding the low vibration, you're feeding the negative vibration, then it makes healing 20 times more difficult. So when you take those negative vibes and you withdraw from that negative stimulation, you de-escalate yourself, you get in there and you start creating. Bake some bread, knead all of that anguish out on that yeast and flour mixture, and you will have the best dinner rolls in town. Ask Aline, she'll tell you. And then, you create things. Some people will clean their house. Now, if you're finding that you're doing that all day long, we need to work on releasing that bondage, because then that creativity or whatever, cleaning the house, starts to become a form of escape. So then it's not rest. It's just another form of some self-punishment or mortification through there. But Nana Buluku is talking about resting and then creating during that time. And instead of reacting in a negative manner to the negative vibrations, that we take that vibe, that energy, and we turn it into a really groovy, cool creation. Whether it's you redecorated your house, you create Christmas ornaments or Christmas decor, or maybe everything that you're giving people for Christmas this year is going to be a DIY. But what the cool, grooviest, most awesome part of that is that you've taken your inner self and you've worked through it and you've cleared it and you've cleaned it, and you've turned it into something so ding dang beautiful that it's, priceless. It has such incredible value to what you've done. And that's what Nana's talking about. She's pretty groovy. I got that energy there. It's kind of like when shit's just going crazy in your life and you need to get a little bit of advice or guidance, that you would go over to Nana's house, and and she'd be sitting on the front porch, maybe rocking in a rocking chair, maybe not, and I'm looking at her probably shelling peas or doing something with something gardening-y over there, and you just sit there and talk, or tell her whatever your spirit is going on, like, whatever is going on. There's just so much that, people experience, that frustrates them or holds them back. And she just listens, and you see that her eyes are closed. And a lot of times people are freaked out when you close your eyes. And I'm going to say it, like this, as a healer, especially when I'm doing a healing session, like a vibrational healing or a Reiki session, I close my eyes. And the reason is that I can find something to look at over on the wall, and that kind of distracts me, and doesn't, and it's not like I have to be, we really have to be totally into, consciously into that healing. But I feel that when I close my eyes, that it allows me to see things in a more vibrational manner, as opposed to what you're seeing in a physical manner. The physical eyes are only going to see to a particular degree, whereas the mind's eye, hello Cameron, is going to be seeing at a greater, almost like a pan vision, but of things on that etheric layer, or those energetic layers that we normally don't appreciate, and appreciating meaning recognize with the eye. It's like you see something, I appreciate, Nana Bukalu's card is really pretty cool, I like that card. Let's go back and look at it again. I got like, so, that's what I feel like Nana is. Nana is the chick that you go and talk to when shish is on your platter and you need to release some of that stuff. So, it's a Monday. So that was kind of cool. I like that deck. Did you guys like that deck? They're really pretty and bright and vibrant. I like them. I like them a lot. That's one of my newer decks. Actually, I probably have had it for about 6 or 7 months. And I've carried them around. And, just never, this is like really, I know, aren't they beautiful? It's the first time I've ever used them. I kind of do that. I have tomorrow, I actually, and I haven't even opened the package yet. I haven't even opened them up yet. But hey, Tracy, how are you? And Gabby Doo, how are you, sweet pea? Hi, Kimberly. I ordered a deck of crystal oracle cards. And they're still in the Amazon packages. I ordered them from Amazon. So I haven't even opened it up yet. And so tomorrow I'm going to do some fun things on throughout the day. Should I do the opening of the cards in the evening or in the morning? What's more? I'm thinking evening. So, what am I doing? Yeah, I have a reading, like, actually tomorrow is virtual Tuesdays. But, with this crazy COVID stuff going on, I went ahead and opened them now. Okay, well, let me at least put something pretty to look at, because it's, kind of like there's just my little paint shelf right behind there. I'm almost worried about my cat coming up and going, hey, she's so bad. I can open up now. Do you want me to open up now? Oh, how funny. Hold on. Okay. All right. So I'm going to put it over here to a cool picture. And you're like, oh gosh. It's like right in my face. Oh, you turned the blues off. Oh, the dogs are tripping. Yeah, that's cool. Doing a video. Okay, I'm almost here. Okay, whew. Okay, alright. Yeah, I was like, that was a silly picture to have chosen. Okay, so, why do they make these, like, so childproof? Tear open at the perforation. Okay, oh no. Alright, it wasn't childproof, I did get it. Okay, so here's the little receipt thing. Crystals, the stone deck. Ooh. Okay. Here's the box. Here, this is what I'll do. Hold on. Because I want you to see it, like, right sideway. Hold on. Ding, 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 ding. Boom. There we go. Alright, so there's the box. Everybody see it? Okay, it's called the Stone Deck. Gabby, you could probably talk me into robbing a bank. Now I gotta figure out something cool for tomorrow's show. Maybe we'll do a reading tomorrow with these. Okay, alright. Whoops. Okay, hi, I'm back. Alright. Okay, so here's the box. And I'm opening up the box. I was teasing you couldn't talk me into robbing a bank. I'm like, do you know the karmic debt with that? Again, why do they gotta make these mirrors proof? Wah. Oh, by the way, somebody, I guess, had come by and we weren't there, and so they assumed that we were closed. I am open for business, man. I'm not there every day, and what I do is I'm opening up the package, so I'm like talking while I open up the package. What I do is everything is by appointment. And the reason for that, and actually if you said, hey, I want to come to the shop and look at stuff, and it's a day that I'm like not normally seeing a client or whatever, I'm like, groovy, cool. Tell me what time you want to come by and I'll meet you there. And here's the reason. I'm trying to be really COVID preventative. Because I'd love to stay open. I'd love to be able to see my clients and etc. But I don't want to spread cooties. I'm not going to say it doesn't exist, because it does exist. To me, it's, not that much different than A and B and, some of the other ones, H1N1, yada, 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 yada. So, putting that aside, I am trying to keep down the cooties, and so we do use a lot of thieves in my cootie spray. But then we keep the traffic down to a minimum, so that, because we have like 4 or 5 practitioners among, between the 2 offices, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, yeah, 5.5, because you could put me in both offices. So with that in mind, so yeah, just let me know if you want to come by and check some stuff out. I have the Remedy jewelry getting ready to come out, and that was something that Nana taught me, was about resting and being creative, and I created some really, and I'm telling you, when I want to wear my own stuff, because I'm really funny about jewelry, I'm like, damn, I don't want to sell this, but the remedies are $5 a piece, and here's just an example of one right here. I don't know if you can see it very well, probably not. I'm going to take some pictures and post them up, so But they're $5 a piece. They're really groovy. They got a really good vibe because when I went in and created them, I was in a really good place. You know, and so it's helping me keep, and whoops, okay. Here's one. I guess we do a little reading. Y'all want another reading? If you want another reading, give me some hearts. But, you know, you just start finding that sometimes you need to get your stuff together in a particular way. And, again, Nana says, make it something beautiful. And, you know, create. So that's what I do. I create. So, you know, that's what we do when we heal. We take something negative. You know, when you are feeling out of balance and you come in for a healing session, we're taking that negative shush that you're feeling, that minutia of life, and we're clearing that out, sending that stuff back to Mother Earth, let her clear through that, and then we create something beautiful, which is your vibe, from all of that junk. Almost. Let's see. Come on, give us another card. Come on. These are really kind of, it's funny, they're as heavy as a box of rocks. But seriously, they're really heavy energy in here. Okay. I know y'all are going, well, Marish, you didn't even clean it. I know, I'm so dangerous. I'm just assuming that they were groovy because I've been holding on to them, you know, like holding the package. I was like, oh, I can't wait. Okay, so we're looking at, it's a Tourmaline Quartz. Now, what I like about these cards is that you can set them out and what attracts your eye, but this is what came flying out. And so this is really cool. It's a Tourmaline Quartz, and I'll show it over there, but let me tell you what it's groovy about, is that it is both the negativity fighting power of black tourmaline and the amplifying clarity of clear quartz. Tourmaline quartz, exactly what it sounds like, might be just the best stone to bring along in that often discussed desert island scenario. Anyone in need of a psycho-spiritual scrub is who would need it. You can place it wherever you intend to shine your brightest. And you would use it when it's time to shed a light on the vices, victims, vampires in your life. Once you have a clear view of their whereabouts, it's that much easier to kick them back into the gutter where they belong. Restore your perfect light. So let's take a look at this card. I am over here laughing my behind off because what was the very first? There's, yeah, ooh, sweet. Okay, does everybody see that all right? Okay. Does that look okay? All right. So what we're looking, okay, so it's the tourmaline with the white quartz, and it's balancing out that negative vibration, especially those of our psychic vampires. So if you remember, what was the first card of the last reading, but had to do about hearing truths, and kind of went into, and some of those truths are really uncomfortable. We really don't like to hear it. We don't really want to hear it. But, oh yeah, it is a yin-yang stone. You are so cool. You know, that maybe I don't know if it's because we're not prepared or because we'd like rather live in a state of uncomfortable comfort, if that, you know, makes sense. You know, sometimes people are afraid of the unknown and afraid of change, and so they'll want to stick in a yucky situation as opposed to moving on. And we're getting this vibration, guys. We're getting a vibration that's coming through that all of our truths are coming up to this head, and it's going to burst open. And when it burst open, we really see, and I'm going to call it naked truths. It doesn't always mean naked as in I don't have my clothes on. It means naked as in raw, as in it is out on the table. It is what it is. Hello, somebody's in here. One of my little four-legged children is in here. Oh, it's Miss Lola. Come here, Lola. Um, oh, she thinks she's in trouble. Okay. Um, and so when we start confronting those truths and working with those truths, we're going to feel a little bit out of whack. We're going to feel maybe a little bit of sense of betrayal. Maybe we feel like maybe we let down other people as things kind of fall apart in order for us to be able to grow. You got to let go, or you got to have, we kind of are shackled in. And when you start breaking those shackles and unchaining yourself, it's really bitter. It's very difficult, and it's not fun at all. It's a lot of hard work. But the liberation and the freedom that you experience and that freedom to be who you are is what, we're kind of focusing and moving towards. And right now, believe it or not, there's a lot of good vibration out there. It's like I really don't like looking at the news, and I have the computer at home, and I'm kind of mad I have the computer at home because I can get over there and get on my Twitter or get on the news feeds or whatever, and it's like everybody's talking craziness. So it's shut yourself off from that. Again, Nana was talking about doing that. Rest and create. This card here is talking about clearing out that negative vibe, that minutia, the things that really don't mean anything. They're really insignificant. It's usually just this stuff. We don't need that. So we can go, right hand, left shoulder, and come down and go, ha, ha, ha. And we've cleared that out. And we've disconnected from that. That's one of those little dry bath things. It's like a quickie. If you can't really, get out there and smudge, this is a great way to kind of do the same effect. But, you need to clear yourselves. I need to clear myself. We all need to clear ourselves and work on that, because that's how we become healthy people, and we make healthy choices, and we treat people in a healthy way. Sometimes it's difficult. People don't like to hear raw truth. Raw truths are, exactly what it is. Uncomfortable. It's raw. It's, often painful, and, it's not like, sugar-coated and candied. Which sometimes it's kind of cool when truths are sugar-coated and candied. I think when Ed McMahon would be knocking on my door, is he even alive? That would be like the candy-coated truth. I did win. Okay. I love the Larimar. Okay, I just kind of did a random draw. And then we'll go over this card, and then I gotta go. I gotta go get something to drink. But the Larimar. And here's a picture of the Larimar. Hey, very cool. We can do this. It's a sea foam toned Larimar. It's a volcanic blue mineral found only in the Dominican Republic. Its energy is like a spiritual snow cone for the seething and sweltering it. The hot-tempered is who needs it, or anyone who's Aries. I could have used that several years ago. Where to put it? When super agitated, stop, drop, and hold it in your left hand and commence cooling breath, sticking out your rolled tongue, and slowly inhale and exhale like you're sucking through a straw. Okay, that's too weird. When to use it when you feel like all of the world's problems are suddenly just your problem. When anger stands between you and the formation of articulate sentences. Remember, chill is a choice. Ride the cool breeze with Larimar. Slow your roll. Okay, so you know what's really cool about the Larimar? They say that it's a stone from Atlantis. And even though sometimes I look like I'm laughing and making fun of Atlantis, I'm not. And I will tell you, I can't believe I'm going to say this. My husband will think I'm a Fruit Loop wackadoodle. Well, he already does. So um, I think that I'm an Atlantean in a past life. And I'll tell you why. Atlanteans were really good at using their mind to create. So they would come together as a collective force. And so it would be like, so your whole little sector or your village or whatever, I would call it more like a village, but your little sector would come together and you guys would go, oh, we would really love a Spanish style house on the corner of Fifth and Main, like the kind that's adobe with the orange cool, stucco or techo roof. And, so they've got it all in plan. So the collective force comes together and they all visualize the very same thing and boom, it was created. And I know people are over there going, Maris, you've been smoking too much ganja. And I'll say, au contraire. I really, truly can resonate with that because it's like I have that great feeling that we have the ability to come together collectively and we all have a similar intention, whether it's to create a building or create a foundation or a group of, happy hippie healers, whatever, or a community that's based in love or based in, that we each have a beautiful role, kind of like that tribal aspect coming in together. All right, so whatever, okay? What I'm looking at, what I'm talking about is, sounds like God's breath. That thing was weird. Do you know how hard it is to inhale and exhale through that ding dang tongue? I'm like, really? This is some weird stuff. But I feel like I was an Atlantean at one point. Yeah. Anyway. Yes, I do believe in past lives. I've believed in past lives since I was a little girl. I was about 4 years old, and yeah, they used to love to tell that story of how I channeled I was sat under a table, and I sat there and channeled to them about, something that had occurred to me in a past life, and it was, she was a New York socialite, and she loved to get dressed up to go to like Broadway or go to the opera. That was a really big deal for her. And then I went and had a past life regression done with Dr. Graves. And, oh, see, isn't that cool? And discovered that same chick actually found out a little bit more about her and how she had transitioned to the other side. Yeah. And so that was interesting because Katox, my man, was also in that lifetime, and we actually died together. He killed me. I mean, not like murder, but we were in a car accident, and he was the one driving. So I'm going to blame him on that one. So I guess that we're together in this lifetime to resolve whatever issue. But I'm going to do my darndest not to have a car accident with me driving and, any of that stuff. I don't need to go down that road again. So whatever I need to do for some karmic debt. So if you have any ideas, let me know. Oh yeah, no, I'm like, yeah, the Atlanteans. And so the Larimar Stone, which is really what this is all about right now, the Larimar Stone is allegedly, or I'm going to say it is, from the Atlantis. And it ended up, over there in the Dominican Republic through all the wonderful little shifts and the geosphere there. So I thought that was pretty interesting. But I love Larimar. They make me really happy when I hold on to them, and they like really raise your vibration quite a bit. And honestly, I tell you, it really makes you feel like you're on the beach, or even, and it's going to sound kind of silly, like you're riding dolphins. I know it sounds weird. Um, there was a book, I think it was called The Day of the Dolphin or something like that, back when I was a kid. And it was about some kid riding a dolphin. So you think about that. And there's actually a really cool story about vibrational healing. And it was one of the things that kind of confirmed my path in vibrational healing was that there was one of those little swim with the dolphin parks over on the west coast. I think it was like by San Diego, and they had it open to where kids, for a fee, kids could come in. They could do school field trips and go in and swim with the dolphins. And so they started bringing the special needs kids. And at first they were kind of intermingled. And what they noticed was that the dolphins were more attracted to the special needs children than they were the kids that were not special needs. Okay, that were, you know, I don't even want to use the word normal. That's just like kind of rude. So you had your special needs kids. They have a different vibration, and that the dolphins, even their language, their squeaks and their peeps and the little noise that they make was a totally different tone and totally different pitch than what they were using with the other kids. So I thought that was really pretty cool. Okay, but take it even a step further was that several of the children, the special needs kids, actually had markedly improved in their conditions or their, whatever, even if they were congenital. So they had one of them, there was a kiddo that was born with cerebral palsy and spina bifida. So there was some neurological issues going on and some movement issues going on. And what they had noticed is that after the kiddo had played with the dolphins, and it was a pretty long, he was there for quite a while in the connection between the dolphins and this young boy was really pretty strong. That the kid, when he got home, it was like he had been nonverbal, and he started trying to verbalize and reach out and connect. So I thought that was really pretty cool. Vibration heals. Vibration is how faster the movement of energy, and we are energy inside and out. So we are very greatly affected by vibration. So it's really important to keep your vibe clean. Do good things. Do some spiritual hygiene. Do some emotional hygiene. Do some physical hygiene. Take care of yourself. Think about, especially during this time of COVID, the quercetin is really, Dr. Zelenko really recommends the quercetin. But at least you make sure you're taking your vitamin C and your zinc and keeping your immune system up. Get plenty of sleep. Eat well. It's really important to eat well. Laugh. Laugh, laugh, laugh. Watch comedies. Listen to, comedy routines on Pandora. I'm sure there's comedy channels. Watch comedy YouTubes, things that make you giggle, things that are cool. things that are uplifting. You know, laughter is one of the best medicines that you can find, and you know that's why laughter's cool. You know, what can I say? I always like to try to find a lot of joy in what I do and where I go and what I watch. On TV, I don't watch a lot of stressful things. I watch things that make me giggle. And so, anyway, I'm thirsty, so I am going to sign off for a while and go get me something to drink and talk to the man and grab me a gummy. And he ate most of the brownies. I think there's like one brownie left. I'll have to ask him and see if he wants to share it. That's the cool thing to do, even though I want the whole thing. But shh, don't tell on me. I will ask if he wants to share it. So, I'm hoping maybe I'll come back later. And I love you too, Matthew. You guys are awesome. Thank you for stopping by. I hope you had a groovy evening with me. You know, I'm going to try to do this a lot more often. So, like, don't forget to, if you see me come online in the evening, don't forget to get your favorite beverage, your favorite snack, your favorite recreational, and join me for some yiggity yak. Good night. Peace, love, and harmony. I hope to see you very soon.